Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Monday, the 9th of December, 2024. So we're looking at the synoptic from midnight last night, with the remnants of Storm Dara disappearing off into Europe. It's left us with a northeasterly flow and a few fronts and troughs on there. I've run it through to lunchtime now. And you can see the isobars are starting to spread out a bit. The wind's dying off. There's a high pressure building over northern Scotland, which is going to give us some reasonable flying weather today. It's still going to be a bit windy out there. We're still going to have to look after canopies and watch the ground handling. Looking at the satellite picture then, as daylight arrives, you can see that this cloud that's moving in from the North Sea across East Anglia is coming down across the country, but that's starting to break up and there are gaps in it. The rain radar then is showing a band of rain to the south in the channel and some more sort of showery weather to the north of us. We may actually experience one or two of those showers, but we'll just keep an eye on it, and I'm sure we can park the aircraft and sit it out and carry on flying afterwards. Looking at the rain forecast then, if we run it through from 9 o'clock, hour on hour, this is coming up towards lunchtime, and you can see there are still showers around all the way right through to the hours of darkness at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and you can see that we may get one or two of the larger showers later in the afternoon. The ODM TAF then is suggesting 020 degrees 14 knots, greater than 10k visibility, broken at 2,000 feet, and then becoming between now and 12 o'clock at noon, few at 2,200 feet. There's a 30% chance that between now and 9 o'clock tonight, the wind will go around 030, 17 gusting 27 knots. And then temporarily in the afternoon from 12 through until 9, scattered at 2,200 feet with a 40% chance after 3 o'clock this afternoon, scattered at 1,200 feet. So cloud-base coming down a bit there as those bigger showers arrive by the looks of it. Farnborough TAF is 030, 12 knots, greater than 10k visibility, with scattered clouds at 1,600 feet and a 40% chance that temporarily between now and 6 o'clock this evening, the wind being 030, 15 gusting 25. Visibility down to 8 kilometres in the light rain or showers and rain, broken at 1,200 feet. The spot winds then to the north of us at 1,000 feet, 030, 25 knots, and to the south of us at 1,000 feet, 030, 30 knots. And windy are showing around about lunchtime today, sort of a north-northeasterly flow at about 14 knots. And the local forecast is confirming that about 13 to 14 knots, but gusting 26, 27 from the northeast. They're also showing it as overcast all day, with the percentage chance of rain rising towards the end of the flying day. And if you look at the humidity, that's down in the 70s at some point, but mainly in the 80s throughout the day. So we should get something out of it. GFS temperature-wise are showing about 6 degrees centigrades in this area, with the dew point down about 4. And having a quick look out the window from Alton, we can see that there's a bit of low cloud at the moment, but there are gaps in it. It is breaking up, and it is moving past quite quickly. If we look at the local sort of wind here, we've got 13 knots gusting 17 from the north-northwest. Sky sight doesn't look too great, but there is room underneath that, I feel, to do some winch launching. I think there's enough gaps looking out the window that we should be safe for winch launching. And if we look at top meteo and run that through hour on hour from 9 o'clock this morning, you can see in our area the cloud is mainly sort of between 1,000 and 2,000 feet. Run that right through to about 4 or 5 o'clock, and it doesn't change all that much throughout the day. So, NOTAMs then. We have number 15 to the south of us, that's Goodwood. Their ATZ operation times have changed. So if anybody's going anywhere near Goodwood today, check that. 20, Winchester, there's live firing down there. 22 is the Ash Ranges. That's Delta 132. That's active as per usual. Don't worry too much about 23. That's after dark, and 24 again. That's a restricted area, which is temporary, and that's after dark until lunchtime tomorrow. So we need to keep an eye on that one tomorrow. Let's move on then. and have a look at the airfield briefing. And we will start with the usual Odium cross section. Cloud's a bit congested up there, but there are gaps in there. There's what's like few creeping in there, which means there's going to be some reasonable gaps in the clouds. Broken as well, maybe not quite so many gaps, but there should be some sun getting to the ground. And I'm hoping that with cloud base rising throughout the day and into mid-afternoon, we should be able to get in some good flying, and perhaps even some air towing sort of late morning onwards. The winds, they're suggesting 17 gusting 27, 16 gusting 26 throughout the day. It's going to be not quite down 27. Sorry, not quite down 09, but we will be operating off 09 today. So the weather warnings here, gusts of up to 26 knots again. Look after the canopies when you're getting in and out, and look after the ground handling when you're parking aircraft. So the flying list today, we need at least two K21s for booked instructional flying. So K21 on the casual list, a K21 booked out to club members. Ignore the youth group there. That's my mistake. I left that in there from yesterday. But there are bookings available on 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9. And there's a K13 booked by club members, which means that there are still other two-seaters available. There's nobody on the casual list, unfortunately, today, and the simulator is available as per normal. Church notices, again, a reminder of your SPL deadline dates. I'm sure you all know them by now. If you haven't got your paperwork done and you are not a BI, get it done as soon as possible. If you are a BI, just hang on for a few weeks. We're trying to resolve that issue with the CAA at the moment to keep your rating and get it on your license. Movements today then, 10:36, there's a PA31 arriving. That will land over the top of the launch point. We'll just keep the cables underground for that. So the general situation today is we've got the remnants of Storm and Dara. We're going to be operating off runway 09 hard for launching with cables on the boom to the south. Landing on the grass, I've been out and done a pitch inspection. It is wet. The going is soft to firm. So we should be fine there. But if it does become a problem, then we'll just move the launch point around a bit and try and go to landing on the hard surface. But we'll make that decision later on. Please avoid using the wheel brakes unless absolutely necessary. And the south end of the airfield, runway 05 and 34 is out of bounds. It's absolutely saturated down there. So don't land or taxi on the disused runways, which are shown in the next slide in red. And please, at the end of the day, clean your gliders. So this is the setup today. They're the two runways not to land or taxi across. Launch point vehicle will be just in the north to centre line, air towing off the hard, winch launching off the hard, and landing on the grass. That's it from me today. Have a great day's flying. Make sure you enjoy yourself, have lots of fun, and please keep it safe. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.